This is Chris Videos. Like, subscribe to CW Wrestling on YouTube. Subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Videos, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both of my TikToks. They'll all be down there in the description box. And I'm here to do my AEW Dynamite February 22nd, 2023 reviews. So here we go, discussing about tonight's episode of AEW Dynamite. So we start off with the first match of the night. It was the AEW All-Atlantic Champion, Orange Cassidy, versus Will Yuda, 1-on-1 for the AEW All-Atlantic Championship. Now, so yeah, it was a 1-on-1 match between Will Yuda and Orange Cassidy for the AEW All-Atlantic Championship. And this match, it was a pretty good match. They started off the match pretty good, rolling each other up for pinfalls and all that stuff. And they was doing some pretty crazy stuff. Like, at one point, they was on the ring apron. We see Will Yuda trying to spike Orange Cassidy with a power driver, but Orange Cassidy reverses it into a back body drop onto him on the ring apron and jumped off with a flying DDT onto him, which always looked nice, and then threw him back into the ring with that tornado DDT, which was nice as well. During this match, we see Claudio Castagnoli come down to ringside, but then I guess he went backstage and everything during the match and all that stuff. And it was going pretty good and everything. 1-on-1, Will Yuda was trying to get the win a few times. He almost got the win a few times. Like, he spiked Orange Cassidy with the power driver at one point. Almost getting the 3 count, but Orange Cassidy barely kicking out at 2. And then Will Yuda was trying to get the seatbelt cover onto Orange Cassidy, but Orange Cassidy rolls through, hitting the orange punch onto him, pinning him, but Will Yuda barely kicking out at 2. Cassidy quickly picks him up, hits beach break onto him, pins him again, but Yuda kicks out at 2 again, and then Will Yuda pops back up to his knees, still ready to fight and everything, and then Orange Cassidy went ahead and hits him with another orange punch onto Will Yuda, pinning him for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Orange Cassidy defeated Will Yuda tonight on AEW Dynamite and has retained the AEW All-Atlantic Championship. That's what happened. Pretty good match. Go check that match out if you have yet. I give that match 3.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. But then, after the match ended, we see Orange Cassidy waiting for Will Yuda to get back up to his feet. He gets back up to his feet, and then Cassidy wants a hug from Yuda, but Yuda decides to walk past him because Claudio was outside the ring telling him, no, get here now. And Yuda listens to him and got out the ring with Claudio. So yeah, that's what happened there. But yeah, pretty good stuff. Like I said, pretty good match to kick off Dynamite. I give that match 3.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. But then after that match ended, we see Renee Paquette interviewing Eva Uno and Hangman Adam Page backstage. And Eva Uno was telling Adam Page that they are friends, that Dark Order will always be by his side, and he will beat Jon Moxley tonight. So yeah, that's what Evil Uno said, because tonight Jon Moxley will be taking on Evil Uno 1-on-1 later on tonight on Dynamite. So yeah, that's a match that's happening tonight on Dynamite as well. But up next, we're going to be seeing Absolute Ricky Starks up next on Dynamite. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on AEW Dynamite. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was another segment. It was Absolute Ricky Starks. He comes out to the ring and he was talking on the mic, talking about how he's through with Chris Jericho and all that because he lost a gauntlet match, so there ain't nothing he can do. But he says that, that his theme song says the Revolution is televised, and what he means is he's going to be on this year's Revolution match card. So yeah, that's what he was saying, and he pretty much calls out anybody to come out and sign the contract to go against him at AEW Revolution in a few weeks. So yeah, that's what Ricky Starks wants to be on the match card and all that stuff. But then all of a sudden he gets interrupted by Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho comes out and he goes like, there ain't no way that you're going to be facing me at Revolution, even though you already beat me or whatever. You would never touch me. You would never beat me. You lost in that gauntlet match last week and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what Chris Jericho was saying. And Jericho was talking a lot of crap to Ricky Starks. But then all of a sudden Peter Avalon comes out wanting to go sign the contract. And Jericho stops him. And Peter Avalon is looking at him. And Jericho just hits him with a Judas effect, laying him out. And then Jericho walks to the ring. And pretty much him and Ricky Starks is trading words. Ricky Starks was talking about how you claim that you're the best in the world. Definitely after you got cheat and everything, for me to not face you and all that stuff at Revolution. But You know, you didn't have to cheat when you beat two legends in the same night and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what Ricky Starks was saying, and pretty much goaded Jericho into, into that match at Revolution, because then Chris Jericho pretty much accepts, and he says that, you know what, the Jericho Appreciation Society will stay backstage for this match. So yeah, that's what Jericho said. He grabs the contract, he grabs a pin, clicks the pin. Fans are going crazy. He signs the contract. The match is official. Ricky Starks versus Chris Jericho at AEW Revolution. So yeah, that's what's going to be happening. And apparently, the Jericho Appreciation Society will stay backstage for this match. So yeah, that's what's going to be happening there. But yeah, pretty good segment, I guess. But yeah, up next we're going to be seeing the Acclaim versus Big Bill and Lee Moriarty up next on Dynamite in the tag team match. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on AEW Dynamite. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was a tag team match. It was Anthony Bowens and Max Caster with Billy Gunn at ringside, the Acclaim, versus Big Bill and Lee Moriarty with Stokely Hathaway at ringside in a tag team match. And this match, it was an okay match. Now, Max Caster's raps is always funny and everything. During this match, we see the AEW World Tag Team Champions, Austin, Colton Gunn, the Guns, on the ramp and stuff, and eventually they come down during this match, starts attacking their dad, Billy Gunn, outside ringside. The Acclaim starts chasing them around the ring. Anthony Bowens gets stuck into the ring with Lee Moriarty. Both of them's illegal men, and Max Caster still chases after him up until he runs into Big Bill outside the ring. Big Bill was trying to stop him, but Max Caster pushes him into the ring post, face first and all that, taking him out for the rest of the match. Lee Moriarty was doing pretty good trying to take out Anthony Bowens and try and get near falls onto him, but then Anthony Bowens starts fighting back, rolls him up for a backslide, but Lee Moriarty kicks out too, and then Lee Moriarty was trying to hit Anthony Bowens. Anthony Bowens ducks and hits him with the revival in the middle of the ring. He tags in Max Caster. Max Caster climbs up the top turnbuckle and jumps off with the mic drop onto Lee Moriarty, pinning him for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, the Acclaim defeated Lee Moriarty and Big Bill tonight in a tag team match. That's what happened for that match. I'll give it 2 stars. That's why I'll give it. It was an okay match right there. So yeah, that's why I'll give that match. But then after the match ended, we see Tony Schiavone up on the ramp, and he introduces his guest, Christian Cage, because Christian Cage made his return last week on Dynamite. He comes out, but as soon as he comes out, he gets hit with a spear by Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy's beating him down and everything, laying him out. And then Jungle Boy walks away, and he comes back with 2 steel chairs, lays his head down on one of the steel chairs, about to hit the concerto onto Christian Cage. It looks like he's thinking about it, but then he decides to go ahead and do it. And as soon as he raises up the chair, Christian hits a low blow onto Jungle Boy and starts beating him down and everything, starts slamming his face onto the steel chair and everything, busting him up. And then he was about to hit the concerto up until a bunch of officials had to stop him. So yeah, that's what happened there. Pretty good segment between Christian Cage and Jungle Boy, showing their rivalry and stuff. I'm not going to lie, I like the rivalry. Now, obviously, it's a little bit too long, but that's because, like, Christian's been injured and stuff, so it's understandable. But yeah, other than that, pretty good rivalry. I really like it. But up next, we're going to be seeing Soraya versus Sky Blue up next in a one-on-one match. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on AEW Dynamite. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was a one-on-one match. It was Soraya with Toni Storm at ringside versus Sky Blue one-on-one. And it was like an okay match. And there was a few botches in this match. Like at one point we see Soraya try to hit the page turner onto Sky Blue, and Sky Blue just fell. So that was a botch of stuff, and Soraya was pinning her, and then she kicked out at 2, obviously, and yeah, it was just going on from there. But then, Sky Blue was doing okay for herself, taking out Soraya and stuff, beating her down, and then Toni Storm gets on the ring apron, distracting the referee. Sky Blue goes over there and knocks her off the apron, and then she turns around, she gets hit with a thrust kick by Soraya, and then Soraya locks on that submission hold. I forget what you call it. She always done it in WWE, obviously, but I forget what you call it. The PTO, I think it is, the page tap out or something like that, I think it was called. But yeah, she locked on that submission hold, making Sky Blue tap out, and Soraya won the match. So yeah, Soraya defeated Sky Blue tonight on Dynamite. That's what happened for that match. I'll give it 1 1.5 stars. That's why I'll give it was okay. Some botches and stuff, but yeah, that's what happened there. And then after the match ended, they was about to spray paint Sky Blue up until the AEW Women's Champion, Jamie Hayter, and Britt Baker comes running down, saving Sky Blue, chasing off Soraya and Toni Storm. And then Soraya and Toni Storm is walking up the ramp, and then Ruby Soho comes out, pointing at Jamie Hayter, wanting a women's title shot. So yeah, that's what happened there. It was okay stuff, but yeah. So yeah, I will see you guys later until the next thing that happens on AEW Dynamite. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was Brian Danielson. He makes his way out to the ring, and he grabs the mic and everything, starts talking about MJF and everything, how he'll be facing him at AEW Revolution and become the new AEW World Heavyweight Champion after 1 hour in the ring with him, and that's what he was saying. But then all of a sudden, the AEW World Heavyweight Champion, MJF, comes walking out, interrupting Brian Danielson, and he starts laying in the message, talking about how he don't like Brian Danielson. He explains why he don't like Brian Danielson, because Danielson, MJF said that one woman actually changed his opinion about everybody else, and how he told her how much he loved her and all that stuff, and he wanted to build a family and stuff with her, but then all of a sudden she just dipped out on him, and that's why he starts hating people again. And he was talking about how Brian Danielson takes everything for granted, like his family, his kids, his wife, and all that stuff. Talking about how he only cares about wrestling so much and don't care about his family. How he caught so many concussions and stuff, and instead of staying away from the sport, he just returned and disregarded his family and stuff like that. And that's why he hates Brian Danielson and stuff like that. It was just pretty cool what MJF was saying, and MJF was talking a lot of crap, and then he says, let me go ahead and talk about your kids right quick. And Brian Danielson was like, hey, if you talk about my kids, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. And MJF starts talking about, hey, Birdie, and stuff like that. His uncle MJF, he's going to be the one breaking your daddy's arm, so he don't got to play catch or anything with you anymore. So yeah, that's what MJF was talking about. How he was talking about how he's going to lay in a bunch of shots to his head, give him more concussions and all that. And MJF gets into the ring, gets face to face with Brian Danielson, and Brian Danielson lays in the first shot, and both of them starts brawling and stuff, beating each other down. A bunch of security guards comes out, pulling them apart. Brian Danielson breaks free at one point, jumping on MJF and stuff, beating him down. Security's pulling him back, and then MJF broke out at one point, attacking Brian Danielson, and they both got broken up again. MJF gets out the ring. Brian Danielson notices he gets out the ring, so he gets out the ring as well and attacks MJF outside the ring, beating him down and stuff. And a bunch of security had, pull Brian Danielson off. So yeah, that's what happened there. Really good segment. I like the segment. It was really good stuff right there. Definitely can't wait for the 1 hour Iron Man match. MJF was laying out Brian Danielson, talking about how William Regal was a drug addict and how you're too addicted to wrestling and stuff. So yeah, it was just pretty good stuff from MJF right there. But yeah, that's what happened. Really good segment between MJF and Brian Danielson. Go check it out if you haven't yet. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on AEW Dynamite. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was a number one contenders tag team battle royale winner. The team that wins this match will be going to AEW Revolution to be in the fatal 4-way tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. So yeah, that's the spot for this one. They got another battle royale or whatever happening soon. So yeah, this match had like Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett. It had Best Friends. It had Top Flight. The Young Bucks was not in this. Lucha Brothers was in this. The House of Black was not in it, or FTR. So yeah, there was a few teams that ain't in this, but there was some good teams in this match and everything. During this match, we see Martin Briscoe running down, fighting off Josh Woods and all that stuff during this match. There was one cool moment where we see Penta hitting the package power driver onto Tony Nese on the ring apron, eliminating him and stuff. And then pretty much everybody starts getting eliminated and stuff. And then we get down to like the final 6: Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, The Butcher, Ray Phoenix, Trent Beretta, and Dante Martin. Dante Martin gets eliminated by the Butcher, and then the Butcher gets eliminated by Ray Phoenix, and then Ray Phoenix gets eliminated by Jay Lethal, and we was down to the final three: Lethal, Jarrett, Beretta. So yeah, Trent Beretta was trying to do pretty good and stuff. He gets beat down. He gets hit with a stroke at one point and gets thrown over the top rope, but he's still hanging there. Orange Cassidy had to help him out, get him back into the ring and stuff a bunch of times. Trent Beretta almost eliminates Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett, but Satnam Singh keeps on pushing him back into the ring and stuff, making sure he caught him and all that stuff. And then we see Sanjay Dutt grabbing onto Trent Beretta at the corner and stuff, and then Jay Lethal runs over there and he gets thrown over the top rope by Trent Beretta, so Lethal gets eliminated. It was only Trent Beretta and Jeff Jarrett left. Jarrett was doing okay and stuff. He gets thrown over the top rope, but Satnam Singh catches him, puts him back into the ring. Beretta was trying to hit him, but Jarrett ducks, and then he grabs him, hitting the stroke onto him, picks him up, and throws him over the top rope, winning the match. So yeah, Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal will be one of the number one contenders for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. That's what happened. It was an okay match. For that match, I'll give it 2.5 stars. That's why I'll give it. It was okay. So yeah, that's why I'll give it. But yeah, still to come later on tonight, Jon Moxley versus Evil Uno 1-on-1, and up next we're going to be seeing Tony Khan having that special announcement up next. So yeah, that'll be up next. But oh yeah, and I forgot to mention that Jamie Hayter was again interviewed backstage with Britt Baker and stuff, and Jamie Hayter says since Ruby Soho and Soraya wants a match against her, how about this at Revolution, a triple threat match. So yeah, at Revolution it'll be Jamie Hayter versus Tony Storm. Jamie Hayter versus Soraya versus Ruby Soho in a triple threat match for the AEW Women's Championship. So yeah, that's what's going to be happening. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on AEW Dynamite. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, now before I talk about the main event, there was a segment backstage where we see Renee Paquette interviewing Tony Khan, Tony Khan's big announcement or whatever, and he announces that the announcement will be a 1 hour special every week after Dynamite, where it's called AEW All Access, like backstage scenes, stuff like that. So yeah, that was the big announcement. Pretty disappointing, but it's whatever, I guess. That's what happens there. Well, he actually introduces Adam Cole, so Adam Cole can say it, so he don't gotta say it. But Adam Cole does say that the same night that All Access does, premiere and stuff, that he will make his in-ring return. So yeah, that's what Adam Cole said right there. Pretty good stuff, I guess. Well, Adam Cole returning at least. That's good right there. But yeah, we get to the main event. It was Jon Moxley versus Evil Uno 1-on-1. Hangman Adam Page was watching this match from backstage. Evil Uno was doing pretty good. He got busted open during this match, and it was like, wow, Jon Moxley ain't getting busted open in this match. I mean, yeah, somebody got busted open in his match, but he ain't the one getting busted open, And Evil Uno was doing pretty good. He hit one power driver onto Moxley, picks him up again, hits a second one onto him, pins him, but Moxley barely kicking out at 2. And then we see Moxley beating him down with some elbows and stuff, locking on that bulldog face front lock onto him, trying to make him tap out. And then Evil Uno was getting back up to his feet, and he had that sleeper hold locked on. Moxley did, making Evil Uno tap out. So yeah, Jon Moxley defeated Evil Uno tonight in a 1-on-1 match. That's what happened. And then after the match ended, Moxley starts beating down Evil Uno. Dark Order comes running down, brawling with him, and then we see Claudio Castagnoli and the Blackpool Combat Club coming down, fighting off Dark Order, and then Hangman Adam Page comes down, brawling with Moxley and stuff. And then remember why I said that Moxley was not busted open during this match? Well, it happens after the match, because Adam Page grabs a bunch of barbed wire out of his pockets, wrapped it around his hand, punches Jon Moxley upside the head, which busted him wide open. And then he was beating down Moxley outside the ring, throws him back into the ring, try to hit the buckshot lariat onto him, but Moxley quickly got out of the ring, busted open. So yeah, that's what happened there. For the match between Jon Moxley and Evil Uno, I'll give it 2 stars. That's why I'll give it. It was an okay match. Match of the night for me, probably Orange Cassidy versus Wheeler Yuta. That's why I would say that was probably match of the night for me. Now, this week's Dynamite was way better than last week's Dynamite. Last week's Dynamite was absolute crap. I'm not even going to lie. This week's Dynamite was better. I can say that much. More story At least I can say that much. So it's a little bit better. Christian and Jungle Boy and Brian Danielson and MJF pretty much did good for the show and all that stuff. So tonight's Dynamite was way more better than last week's, obviously, way easily. But yeah, for tonight's AEW Dynamite, I'll give it 6.5 stars. Last week I think I gave it 6 stars. I'll give this one 6.5. Not the best show, obviously, but I'll say it was bigger. It's a bigger improvement than last week's for sure. I'll probably bump it up to 7 stars at least for this show. So yeah. But yeah, that has been my AEW Dynamite reviews. Like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Videos, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both of my TikToks. It'll all be down there in the description box, and I'll see you guys later for this Friday night SmackDown reviews. See you guys later. Until then,